I'm honored to be working with Look Good, Feel Better. You know, it is the type of thing that as a stylist you don't realize how important self-image can be to somebody until you see how cancer can affect them. When you're sick, style is the first thing that you might lose, but it's also the first thing you can pick back up on your road to recovery. The more you can control your appearance, I think the more control you feel you have in general over a disease that takes away control. Look Good, Feel Better also gives you the opportunity to come together with other women who are coping with the same issues in a caring, supportive, and most of all, fun environment. With treatment, obviously skincare is something that you really have to worry about. The same holds true for clothing. When you're talking about having very sensitive skin, it's really important to think about the kind of fabrics that you're putting on that skin. And that's not just for the top of your head. That's in general, your skin will feel sensitive. We always want to stay with softer neutrals. That would be the first thing. Navy, chocolate brown, gray are much, much more flattering on a changing skin tone than black or white. Look for colors that are definitely going to be universally flattering. Whether you have an olive skin tone, a yellow skin tone, an ashy skin tone, jewel tones are going to be your best friend. When you think about them, you know, think of jewels: emerald, ruby, sapphire, amethyst, even turquoise, teal. That kind of color can really, really work for women every day and any day, even if their skin changes day to day. You should know that there are really only 5 major body types: bigger on bottom, hourglass, straight, which is a very straight frame, extra in the middle, or bigger on top. Now, believe it or not, even with treatment, most people will stay the same shape when they gain or lose weight. So whether you're a 2 or a 12, or you go from a 12 to a 2, the same shapes will apply to the types of clothes that you should wear. After 14, we tend to see that most women are just gaining weight in their midsection. But when you have weight gain, one of the things that's most important is to not allow that excess in the midsection to stop you from achieving an hourglass or symmetrical body shape. The ideal body shape is an hourglass. So what you want to do, and the goal of styling, is to create that balanced silhouette where the top and the bottom half of you are proportionate and the waist is defined. When you have weight gain, the most important thing to teach a woman is structure. You want fabrics that are going to be stiff enough to hold their shape regardless of your body type. When you gain weight, you basically want items that are thick and sort of stiff enough to create a shape without the help of your body. Notice when you gain weight, you don't want to wear anything that's too loosey-goosey and lightweight, because then your body has to do all the work to create the shape. V-necks are a great way to open up the line of the body, so I also recommend that neckline for women who are gaining weight, unless they feel that they've gained so much that it becomes uncomfortable, and then you can do a loosely wrapped scarf. A-line skirts are ideal because of the shape. They're an A. So your waist is always going to look small, and your hips will always look naturally wider in comparison. A lot of people who lose weight don't realize that if they stay in the clothes that they were in their original size, they are going to look even thinner. They're going to look even gaunter. So one of the things that I always try to recommend is that they wear fabrics that are cut close to the body, so that the body actually looks as if it is filling up the clothing. One idea, as I said, is to always do something a little bit more voluminous with this kind of A-line construction, and definitely look for knits that are going to bulk you up. Things like epaulettes or puff sleeves on a jacket will add broadness to a shoulder. So those are always great tips. Wider skirts, stick with A-line, don't do the pencil. Layer. You know, long t-shirt over short t-shirt over jacket over, sweater over jacket. Use as many things as you can to sort of build and continue to have an hourglass shape, but still build out the body a little bit. I've been working with mastectomy patients for quite a while now. When you've had reconstruction, obviously you want to do all the things that I'm talking about in terms of creating that hourglass shape. When you're dealing with a mastectomy patient who has chosen not to have reconstruction, then it's about finding ways to highlight that area and make it look more feminine, because most tops are cut to accommodate an actual breast. If it's not there, there are great ways to
change that or to give the illusion that there's something there. Add shine for emphasis. One thing that I think is really important is dimensionality. So if you use a ruffle or big pockets, that's a great way to add emphasis visually to a place that that is quite flat. A lot of people that I've met through the American Cancer Society either have arm ports or chest ports. And that can be tricky because obviously clothing isn't cut to accommodate that extra wideness either in the arm or in the chest. At least with knits, you can get away with a little bit more because knits will stretch. If you look for fabrics that are both natural and synthetic mixed fibers, a blend, stretch button front tops sometimes will be accommodating enough. Sometimes not. If they're not, then it really is about how you tailor your pieces. For an arm port, obviously you need a wider arm, which means that for sweaters, for shirts, even for jackets, what you need to do is buy a jacket that fits your arm, and then you tailor the body or the torso of the jacket down in order to accommodate the size of the person. Same thing with chest ports. You want to make sure that you locate where it is on the chest exactly so that you can either tailor in below it to kind of create that hourglass effect, and also how you can work with necklines to kind of deflect from the extra volume. Maybe a bigger collar would be helpful, something that pulls the eye upward, or a shoulder pad. I really do believe that style can be a real spirit lifter and a real spirit builder, and certainly on the way back to rehabilitation, certainly on the way back to health, it is a tool that we want you to have in your arsenal and be able to use at your disposal.